Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Hope everyone's doing great. Everyone's all right. We'll give everybody a couple seconds to get on and make sure everything's connected before we go ahead and get started. All right. I think everybody's connected. That's going to be connected. So good afternoon once again. This is my name is Vince Tucker. I will be your instructor for this fall. So hopefully you've seen a couple of my emails. I believe you have. So that's why you were able to get onto this Zoom link. And today just talk about a few things as far as class is going, a few things as far as how class is going to be ran. And then on top of that, give you the opportunity to ask questions if you have them. And then we'll continue to move forward. All right. So within this meeting, we have my 155 and 245. So if I click on 155, you say, hey man, it was, I'm 245, so that's why. So I got 155 and 245 in here, but the operations and how I'm going to handle both classes will be the same. So as like I said before, just ask questions if you have them. That's what this opportunity is for. So in Canvas, of course, you may not see all of those blocks, but you click on our shell, go to announcements. For every way or every moment that I actually communicate with the whole class, you will always have, let me see if I put this right here. Okay, so for every time that I communicate to the whole class, you will always have those emails archived here in your Canvas announcements. So that's the only time and only way that we will be using Canvas. And that will be, once again, through your Canvas announcements. That's where I archive all of our emails. So once again, every time I send an email out to you, I also put it here in your Canvas announcements. Everything else will be done through MyMathLab. If I could have put our emails in MathLab, then I would put it there. It's just that everything we do is there, and I'm trying to make sure I push you to MathLab. Oftentimes, I have people, I guess, don't really understand the importance of MathLab, and you'll see in a second that everything we do is in MathLab. All your assignments, all your tests, whatever it is that we do, and all our assessments are done in MathLab. I put your syllabus in MathLab as well. You won't find it here in Canvas. And for one of my classes, I haven't put the syllabus. Anyway, the syllabus will be in there in a second. Let me see something. That's somebody in. Okay, so let's look at these emails that I sent to you guys. So the first was just a greeting, let you know what type of class this is online, and, introducing myself and so on. So just reminding you what type of class you signed up for. That's all that first email was about. All right. Oh, with that being said, the online course that you guys signed up for, there is no regularly scheduled time that we meet, as far as classes. So you would just take the content that I've given to you, do it at your own pace, at your own on your own time, according to the due dates that we have set up, which we'll talk about that before the end of the day. But there is no scheduled class lecture that we meet every week. All right. I didn't have to click on that, but I already clicked it now. But anyway, that the second email was this class optional meeting. Just letting you know that that will be available to you. And so I am recording this, and I will be sending it to the class for anybody who want to review it or anyone who missed this meeting. So now required materials. As I mentioned already, is that we will be using MathLab. That's our computer component. All right, so this is my 155. Now your 245, you're gonna have a different course ID, so don't copy this. And just make sure, even if you're my 155, look at the link that I sent you. So just saying it like that, look at the link that I sent you. So even if this is not the link that you see right now, use the link that I sent you. I'll just open this up to show you or give you an example of what we're doing with MathLab. So the first thing you want to do is register. And so we're going to follow these steps, and you go to mymathlab.com, and you have three options when you actually register. You're going to use that course ID. And the first one is to input access code. So if you bought access through some outside source, so if you went to Barnes & Noble, TCC Barnes & Noble, you may have bought it through Amazon. You can buy anything through Amazon. You may have even bought it from a friend. Whatever the case may be, you'll get a 16-digit access code, and then you'll be able to type that in. So that's the first option. Now, let's say you didn't purchase it from anywhere and you want to purchase it through Pearson themselves, you can do that. They will not give you a 16-digit access code because you're right there. They'll just give you the access once you pay for it. And then if you're not ready to pay for it right yet, you can always click on the 14-day free pass if you just want to get started today or whatever day you decide to go ahead and log on and register. So don't forget though, once you click that link, then that 14 days start right then. So that's what that is for. Questions on registration? I know some of you are already in there. And I didn't set it up to connect through Canvas. For those of you who may have been thinking that, just because before when I did something like that, it just didn't connect the way I wanted to. It was kind of clunky or whatever. So I would just rather, it's just a clean access when you just go to the website itself. And so that was the easiest way that I felt. All right. So that's registration. MATLAB specifics, how we will actually be using MATLAB. Just want to make sure that you had something written down, actually explaining it and going through details. So first thing, want to make sure we understand is this first statement right here is that MATLAB does not work well with Safari. So it's best to use Chrome. You can either use Firefox. I know last semester somebody had a little issues with Firefox, but I know Chrome works. But Safari most definitely will not work all the time. Sometimes it works, sometimes it won't. Sometimes it'll pull up a page, sometimes it won't at all. And so it's best that you don't use Safari. So if you're using an Apple product, just download Chrome. Chrome is free, and you'll be able to operate from there. So first, recognize you cannot pass the course without access to MATLAB. So just like you would go buy your book, you would buy access to MATLAB. Within access to MATLAB, they do give you an e-text. So it's essentially still buying the book, but I don't make you purchase a hard copy. You will have an e-text wherein it's the same copy as the book, hard copy that you would get. So, but you have to purchase access to MATLAB. Everything we do, you look at that second statement, all of the assignments, tests, your final exam, your midterm, everything is done through MATLAB. All right. So you must show weekly activity. I'm not saying you have to get in there daily, but you should get in there at least once a week. Don't forget you have assignments to do, so you can't pass the class if you're not doing your work. But your attendance will be confirmed and solidified through MATLAB for weekly activity. If it's nothing else, then go in there, hit save on a homework and come out. At least show that you're active and that you're participating in class so that I can vouch for you. I have every semester, every year, I have somebody that just fall off the face of the earth. They just stop coming to class. They don't say anything to me. They don't submit any work. They don't do anything. And of course, I don't have a choice but to give somebody that does that an F because I no conversation. But if you're having any issues with anything, that's what this next statement say. Make sure you communicate with me. You don't have to give me deep, intimate details, but you should let me know something. Let me know that you're still out here trying to make it happen, trying to, make things, get the grade that you want. But you're having a little bit of issues. So whatever the case may be, just let me know something so that I can work with you and vouch for you because I have to give a report for attendance to the government, right? So make sure you let me know something. Because if you email me, then I know that, hey, this person is still in there. All right. So when it comes to homework, you have unlimited amount of opportunities or attempts to get the best grade possible. So with unlimited attempts, notice the grade, the lowest grade I'm looking for is a 75. So I'm saying you at least got to make a 75 on your homework in order to get a decent grade out of your homework score. With unlimited amount of tries, there's no such thing as unlimited amount of problems. So truth be told, you could click on it until the problem came back up that you just clicked on and gave you the answer to. So if you wanted to play the game, I know you could. That's why I say at least a 75. Of course, that type of game is not beneficial to you when it comes to taking a test because you're supposed to be getting your practice in when it comes to your test time, when it comes to your homework for test time. So you don't want to do that. But I'm just saying, I'm looking for at least a 75. So notice it says 75 to 84.9 is 90%. And then 85 to 100, I will take it up to 100%. So if you want full credit, completely full credit, you want to score at least 85 on your homework. Okay. Test reviews, not mandatory, but if you score 85 or higher on those test reviews, then I'll add 5 points to that respective test. So a lot of times people ask about extra credit and stuff. So that's a way to get some extra credits already built in. Now for your test, you get 2 attempts to get the best grade possible. So 2 things with that statement. I didn't say this, but because I didn't mention it for test, I always got to say it. your tests are what they are. So if you score 75 on your test, then your scores are 75. I don't bump it up like I do the homework. That's only for homework. And then for your attempts, if by some chance you catwalk across your keyboard and hit submit or something like that, all you gotta do is ask for another attempt. It's not that big a deal. I understand things happen, life happens. But I wouldn't know unless you ask for it. You get 2 attempts without having to ask me at all. Okay. And then this last statement, normally I just put it there for all my classes, but really for you two, these 2 classes, 155, 245, there's not gonna be much scratch work. Even in the text, they'll tell you to go to use technology or something like that, and StatCrunch is one of the things that they have in there, which is Pearson's version of Excel. So technology is something you guys will be using to calculate a lot of the values that you get. So there won't be much scratch work, but that's a general statement I put on all of my classes, because there are some classes that I need scratch work from. All right. Questions on anything so far? Anything, anybody?
I have a question.
Was that a question? All right, it's not. All right. All right. So the last email I sent to you guys before we go and take a look at MATLAB is the previously recorded lectures. So these lectures are just like I said, previously recorded lectures from a class that I had in person, wherein I'm writing all the notes. Same guy, it's me writing all the notes, and that's the screen that you would get if you took me in person. So that's from beginning to end. So feel free to take a look at those, look at them, at your leisure, how you like to. And yeah, got those. So everybody good. Let's look at MATLAB. So when you go to MATLAB and you want to register, all right, so you come to this page and you will register as a student. It asks you about LMS. LMS is Learning Management System, and we're not using that. Remember I mentioned, so you see Canvas right there. Remember I mentioned I didn't connect it to Canvas. So all you would do is just go down and just say, I'm ready to register. Then you would type in that course ID that I gave you, Tucker 99, whatever it was, and just type that in. And then once you continue to register, it's going to ask for your personal information. And then from there, those 3 options that I mentioned, either type in your access code, pay for access, or you're going to click the 14-day free pass. Right, so that's how you register. All right, so let's go and sign in. All right, so yeah, so like I mentioned, one of my classes didn't have a syllabus, so I need to put a syllabus right here. But basically, syllabus is gonna say all the things that we talked about today. Just have it, in syllabus form. So your assignments are gonna be right here. And notice you'll have all your assignments, access to all of your assignments from beginning to end. The last day of class is 12/13 in SIS. And so you'll be able to do these at your leisure. The first time I need to see you guys will be midterm. So I haven't put the 8-week midterm break in there, so I need to go ahead and do that. But I will do that. So you only have 2 due dates, and that's your midterm and then your final day. So 12/13 is our final day. I'm going to break up chapters 1, 2, 3, and 4 as your halfway point, and that's what your midterm will be on. And so that week before, it's the 8th week. No, it's not the week before the 8th week, but the actual 8th week is when we're going to do our midterm. And so I'm going to put those dates in there before the day is out, and you'll see it. So those are only 2 dates. So you got chapters 1 through 4. You want to get that done by, within 8 weeks. And then 5 through 8. Now for my 155 class. Normally we didn't get to these, so I'll probably just leave us, have a problem. I'll leave you guys right here, 8.2. 245 though, you'll see that you have a couple more sections to go to. As far as chapter 8 is concerned, I think you have 9 and like 2 sections in chapter 10, but you'll see it when you listen up, when you go into math lab. But basically you'll see the breakup where your midterm is. Of course, you don't see the midterm because it's not posted because we don't need it right yet. And then also you see our final exam review, and then there will be a final exam right here when it's time. All right.
Professor Tuck, I have a question.
Yep.
So all this, that's what I was getting confused at. So all the assignments are due on the 13th of December?
Not the first half. Chapters 1, 2, 3, and 4 will be due midway. I have to go count out when that 8 weeks are.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yep. Chapters 1 through 4 will be due at the midterm week.
Okay.
And then the rest will be due at that 12, 13. I just opened up everything so that you'll have access to it. You know, I counted out that date. Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Right. And then it said that in the syllabus I read that the homework was due the day of the test date or something like that. I don't know. I was kind of
You my 245 class? Or 155?
the statistics one. I don't really
Yeah,
know.
245.
Okay.
245. Okay. Let me see. Well, no, that's because I probably have something lingering in there from when I used to do it, how I used to do the dates. But no, you're only gonna have 2 due dates. And that's gonna be midterm and final exam. And so those are gonna be only 2 days. 2 due days. Yep.
Okay, because it was saying something about we had to meet for a test and the homework is due then. That's why I was emailing you, because I was kind of confused about that part. But okay, so it's due midweek.
Mm-hmm.
So 1 through 4 is due by the 8th week, and then the remainder are due by the
16th week.
16th week. Okay, gotcha. All right.
And so, like I said, before the day is out, depending on how things go, I might not get it to it till tomorrow. But you'll see that change in math lab.
Okay. All right. Thanks.
Yep, no problem.
Are the midterm and final online?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
And do we need the syllabus said we needed like graphing calculator?
You don't need it. It's up to you how if you want to use it. You don't need it.
Okay.
Because when you look at the lectures, and then like I said, if you even go to the book, it'll tell you to lean on technology, go to technology. What technology you decide to use, I do leave it up to you. Like right here, we have StatCrunch, which is, let's see if it'll pull up without waiting for a long time. But it's Pearson's version of Excel. So I don't make it mandatory that you know how to use StatCrunch. But if you want help on how to use it, then I'm gonna post my office hours before the week is out. You'll be able to come to office hours and ask, or whatever the case may be. But this is StatCrunch right here that you'll be able to use as well.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. Let's see.
So excuse me. The question that I have is for the midterm and final review, we just have to independently review the review exams of each chapter? Or do you have an actual unit review or a final exam review?
Oh no, final exam review is actually up there. Let's go back to it. Where you go? There. Oh, where you go? I just had it up. There you go, right there. Is that what you're saying? Mentioning?
Yes.
Yeah. So
Yes.
there's
Okay.
an assignment that'll help. So basically, each one of my reviews.
I didn't see that. Thank you.
Oh yeah, no problem. But good question. So each one of the reviews that are before the test or before the final or midterm, they're not mandatory, but I do suggest y'all take a look at them because they help set you up and let you know what type of questions will be on the midterm test or final exam. So the final exam has one as well, and all of them are set up as homework. So you get unlimited amount of tries to go practice them, create notes for them, whatever the case may be. Yep. And then also when you do them, if you have any questions on them, always feel free to come to my office hours. If you have any issues with making the office hours that I have set up, then you can email me, see if we can make something happen as far as scheduling is concerned. And yeah.
And for the testing and the final exam, do we have to go to the math lab? I mean the testing lab?
No. What's going to happen is when we get closer to that time, maybe 2 weeks away from it, I'm going to shoot you 4 or 5 dates and times during that final exam week that you can choose from. And all you do is log on to Zoom during that time. And you show y'all, and I'm going to send you all those instructions. You'll show your ID, of course, enable your camera,
right?
Show your ID, and then I will give you the password. And then you just sit online through Zoom and take it. And when you're done, then you're done for the day.
Okay, yep.
Yep. All right, any other questions? Good questions. Anybody else?
How do you access the e-textbook? Is it?
All right. Yep, so it's right here on the left.
Oh.
Oh, no, it's fine. It's fine.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. And then you open my e-text, and then from there, click on what chapter, or you could even go to the specific chapters right here. Yep.
Okay. All right. Thank you. And also, your videos that you pre-recorded, are those? Well, so I saw that the lessons are on the book too. Is the videos required for the homeworks as well?
No, whatever way you want to consume content to get yourself prepared. I mean, you may even say, I don't need a lecture, and you just want to do the homework and just get your practice in on homework. That's up to you. I would never know that you looked at the link, looked at my videos or not looked at them. You know what I mean? So it's up to you how you want to consume content to make sure you're prepared for your assignments. It's up to you.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yep, I just make sure that I give you as much as I can since I've already made them. You know what I mean? Might as well give them and stuff like that.
Right. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Hi there, this is Rachel. I wanted to ask again about the midterm and tests and such. For other classes, we have to use a lockdown browser. Is that needed for this class for the tests?
No, I decided not to. No.
Okay.
Yeah. And the reason being is because since we're using technology and I don't make it mandatory which technology you use, you may need access to certain websites that you've chosen to use, and then the lockdown browser stops you from doing that. So we good.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Y'all got good questions. Y'all got good ones. All right. Any other questions before we keep going? Anybody else? We almost finished, but
Yes, I have a question. The chapter 1 and 2 right here, the definitions, are there part of homework?
yeah, I hadn't gotten to that part yet.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you good. You good.
Okay.
So since she's taking us there, let's go ahead there. All right, so that's going to be y'all's first assignment, chapter 1 and chapter 2's definitions. So remember when I mentioned Safari? Safari will most definitely not pull up your definitions. It will pull up like one page and you think you did all of it. And then you'll see if you do Chrome, you have multiple pages. So make sure that most definitely don't use Safari when you're going to get your definitions. And so normally I give you like 2 weeks to knock that out. So today is the 27th. So we're looking at September 9th. Let's go here just to make sure we're cool. And I'm gonna go back to it anyway, but I just wanted to go ahead and give you the date while I'm thinking about it. Okay. So September 9th, definitions, not 9th, I said 10th. Definitions due by September 10th. That's chapter 1 and 2 definitions, kind of sloppy, but so 9-10 is when we're looking at that. So you can email it to me, take a picture with your phone, shoot me a picture, scan it, whatever way you want to do that is up to you. You can download it, type it up through Microsoft Word, whatever way you want to do it. I don't mind as long as you get it to me. And even if you have any issues with getting it to me by the 10th, it's just a conversation, y'all. Please don't take L's when you don't have to. Don't just take zeros out here when you don't have to. Okay, so that's the date we're looking at. That's 2 weeks from now. And so this assignment is not an assignment that's made to be hard. It's not even a scavenger hunt. So let's look at chapter 1. And notice it says, what are 2 definitions of statistics? Population parameters, sample error, raw data, sample statistics. So go to the e-text. Let's see if it'll let me right in here. I don't want to go to the homework. Let's just go here. Sometimes take a couple seconds to load up, but don't forget it's loading up a whole textbook. All right, so let's go to page 4. All right, so this is the first page of chapter 1. Oh, what's going on here? All right, all right, so the first question was, what are 2 definitions of statistics? Notice that's the first thing, but no, in a box for you. Then it talks about, keep going, population parameters. Keep going. Sample raw data, sample statistics. So all of this stuff is in order. The purpose of this assignment is to get you familiarized with the terms and the text that statistics deals with. Sometimes statistics can be seen as having its own language. And so that's what chapters 1 and 2 are more so, especially in 245, is heavy in definitions and, graphs and stuff. In 155, lectures start in chapter 2. In 245, my lecture starts in chapter 3 because it's really more so heavy in definitions. There's a couple of things, a couple of graphs I talk about in chapter 2 and 245. But the main thing is to make sure that in chapters 1 and 2 that you have these definitions and you've actually just been exposed to them. You don't have to commit them to memory because you're going to have access to them, right? Because you're writing your notes and you're doing the actual assignment. But so when you get to chapters, that first test, which is on chapters 1 and 2, you can reference, your definitions that, those notes and stuff that you created. Same thing when you're doing homework in MATLAB for chapters 1 and 2, you can reference your definitions. A lot of them are going to talk about the same words that you just finished dealing with because of the assignment. So that's your first assignment, is getting those definitions into me. And like I said, and that's the only assignment where you have to send that to me, and then I have to manually put your grade into MATLAB. Everything else is once you hit submit, you get your grade, your MATLAB grade. But like I said, that's the only one that's like that because of the nature of the assignment. So questions on definitions and how it's set up and what I'm asking of you.
Just to verify, you said that we can use this information on tests.
Yes.
Okay. So the tests are open book?
Say it one more time.
Or
I
just
broke up.
are the tests open book?
Yeah, because it's no way for me to navigate that and take stuff
Right.
from you, so I don't
Right.
stress about it. I just say, if you make good notes, if you did the work to set yourself up for success, then who am I to take the work away from you? So yes, you will be able to use your notes and stuff.
Awesome. Hey, I like that.
Yeah, no problem. And that's why I say it's good to at least take a look at those test reviews and midterm review and the final exam review, because if nothing else, you'll know what's going to be up there. But you really could set yourself up with some notes that can help you to be successful. Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right. Any other questions, concerns, comments, anything, anybody? When you go into your assignments, when you get into MATLAB, they give you 3 chances. As a matter of fact, I didn't do this for my other class. I wish I did this for my other class. I forgot all about it, but it's all good. Let's go through the assignment.
I have a question.
Yes.
Sorry. So for the calendar, well, I know that that's a thing on Canvas, but that wouldn't have any of our homeworks from MATLAB on it, right?
No, but
Right.
what I will be doing and is reminding you. So I will be emailing you guys and letting you know, hey, don't forget, 8 weeks coming up, or don't forget, midterm, make sure you're ready for it. So I will be communicating that. But since it's not connected like that, then it wouldn't show up. And you know what? I'm gonna see if there's anything I can do for those who do use the calendar and Canvas. But as of right now, MATLAB is not communicating with Canvas. So, right.
All right, that's okay. Thank you.
No problem.
Thanks.
The definitions,
Hmm?
where are we turning that into? The MATLAB
No, you just
or
email it to
to
me.
Canvas?
Just email it to me.
Email it directly to. Okay.
And so that's you can, if I'm not mistaken, you can use Canvas to email stuff to me. But you can also just vtucker@tcc.edu as well. So either way, as long as you email it to me, it's fine. And like I said, with the definitions, that's the only thing that I will be asking you guys to submit that way. Everything else just straight through MATLAB, and I will get it.
Is there a certain title that you wanted us to label it so it'll be easier? Like the class number?
Yeah, at least definitions. And and the more information you give me, of course, if you say section 155, section 01, you know what I'm saying? The more information you give me, the easier it is for me. But I know a lot of times people forget and they just send stuff. But definitions and your section, and of course your name, yeah, that'll make it most definitely easier for me. Appreciate that. All right, so
Thank you.
just give you guys just a little sample of how MATLAB is set up if you've never dealt with it before. I just threw some numbers in there, and you know, if you hit check, you know, they try to give you a hint. Hit check again, try to give you that same hint. Now they give you 3 chances to get the answer correct, and on final check, they'll tell you what the actual answer is. So now you have 2 choices here. Just go on to the next question or hit similar question. If you hit similar, it will just reset it. Different numbers, same process. And I meant to do this. Let me do this as well. Show you this. So now let's say if you didn't hit similar, when you come back to it, similar will be down here. So you can always reset the problem if you want to do it again. So notice you have a red X right here. Let's say if I got some of them right, some of them wrong, I would got a green check / red X. Or if I just got it right, I would have got a green check. And if you go to the homework list, you'll see that that's reflected there as well. Help me solve this. Normally people don't click on that because then that would just help you solve the problem. It'll automatically mark it wrong because of course they just help you solve it, and then you would just go ahead and reset the problem. View an example is what most people like to do, wherein they give you a problem that's very similar to it. You can walk through it step by step. You can even print it out if you like. So that's what views that, and then you can go back to the problem you're dealing with and get more help. Depends on the complexity of the problem, how many options you have here. You can go to the textbook where it's actually discussed. StatCrunch, you know, if you want to open up StatCrunch and use it. Tech Help is Pearson Tech Support if you're having issues with what's going on. Not math issues, but just issues with your technology. That will go to Pearson's Tech Help. And Ask My Instructor will send me an email telling me you had a problem with this problem. Now, every now and then, every blue moon, sometimes stuff doesn't communicate as well as we like, and I may not get that Ask My Instructor. Always feel free to shoot me a straight email asking, well, you know, so if by some chance I missed your email or whatever, just know that I don't tell you to email me so I can ignore your email. So it's always, you know, it is possible to get, you know, I get emails from multiple classes, get emails from admin, get emails for, you know, get emails from some of everybody. So it is possible that I could have missed the email. So like I said, I'm never telling you to email me so that I can ignore your email. So always feel free to email me again, ask me if I got it or whatever the case may be, and we'll go from there. Questions on MATLAB? Any questions? Good, let's straight. All right, let's go back. Let's see if there's anything else that I need to say. I think that is it. I think that's it for the most part. Questions, concerns, comments, anything, anybody? I'm pretty much, that's all I got. And if you don't have any questions, always feel free to email me later because a question popped up, and I'll most definitely make sure you're good. Got any questions right now?
When it comes down to like holiday season, I guess, are we able to get, you know, a head start on the work and just take off that week during, you know?
Oh
like,
yeah, oh yeah. You got access. This is it right here. This is all of it.
Right.
You know?
Okay.
So I'm not going to block off anything. So if you want to move ahead so that you can take a break and everything, yeah, feel free.
Great. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. And if there comes a point in time, especially when we get closer to closing out, I've had people say I'm going out of town on this week or whatever the case may be. If that's your situation and you have to take a final exam early or something like that, then I'm not saying that that's not possible, just saying that we need to communicate so that we can make sure that that's an option in my schedule. So the earlier you talk to me about that type of stuff, the easier I can make provisions for anybody who may have an issue like that. So just make sure you know, we open up those lines of communication. We'll be all right.
Okay, thanks.
No problem, no problem. All right, anything else, anybody else before we close out? Good.
Can we use the physical mathematics book? Does it have to be the e-textbook?
Oh yeah, you can use whatever you like.
Okay, and with that, like, do we just have to purchase it on Pearson, or can we go somewhere to pick up that book?
I believe TCC's bookstore has it. I believe because normal, you know, majority of what people are purchasing are just the e-text and MATLAB Access. But I think they have a hard copy option as well and MATLAB Access. And the main thing is to make sure you do get MATLAB Access along with whatever it is that you're purchasing. But I believe they have the hard copy.
Not to
Okay.
interrupt, but I have a hard copy that I don't feel that I need. So if someone would like to purchase all of me, I could sell it to you for a lower price.
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, y'all can share information in the chat if y'all want to go that route. I mean,
absolutely.
yeah. All right, sounds good. Sounds good. Anything else? Anybody else before we close out? Make sure we good. All right. So if you guys are good, I'm good. You know, hope to have a great semester with you guys. If any questions pop up, feel free to reach out. I haven't sent my office hours out yet. I plan on doing it today, but you know, you can always freely come to office hours. And like I said, if you cannot make those for whatever reason, and you need to set up another time, just email me and we'll figure out how, you know, how to make our schedules match up. All right. So if you guys are good, I will see you around. I guess the next time I have to see you will be during that midterm week when we're doing midterms and everything like that. All right. You guys have a good one.
You too. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
You
you.
have a good one. Take care.